How's it going, everybody? It's Grand here, back with another video for you guys. And I got a question from a subscriber, Albatross407, who wrote in and asked, absolutely love your videos so far. Recently just graduated from university and would be nice to hear your thoughts, maybe advice and experiences how to navigate postgraduate life. We're running with it, right? So first off, thank you for the question. It's reminded me of a topic that I've had in mind to discuss for a while now, and that is just how to master time and kind of use that mastery to really live a full life. You see, the advice I would give to someone who's just graduating, it's honestly going to be the same advice I would give to anyone at any point in their life, to be honest. But being young, it's going to offer you a little bit of a distinct advantage here because you can get a head start on this, what I'm about to tell you, right? So I want you guys to think of your life and think of time as like a river, right? It's flowing. It's flowing. You can't stop it. It's simply happening and it's flowing. And what you need to do is get proficient at navigating the waters and sort of using the flow, learning how to kind of go with the flow, not resist things, and use this to your advantage. So what do I mean? What do I mean here? I'm not saying to just float down the easy river, right? What I'm saying is time is marching forward no matter what we do. And eventually, no matter what, we're going to look back on this moment, and eventually we're going to be like, dang, that video was 10 years ago, right? He posted that video in, late August 2023. Now it's 2033, right? So with that in mind, it seems impossible, right? But it's going to happen. It's going to happen. With that in mind, you need to imagine where you want to be and who you want to be. And if you've been watching my videos, this is where I hope you'll see a certain holisticism, right? Like a certain congruence with the things that I've said in the past, because I've stressed before the importance of actually believing in a future, believing that the future will come and planning for it. I recently said living in the moment is a scam, right? Because you need to take into account this movement of time. So you just decide, like, what do I want things to look like down the line? And it's probably pretty simple, right? You'll want to be like a little bit more of a seasoned person. You want to have some money. You'll want to have more social connections. You want to be in better shape. You want to just have more experiences. Maybe you've achieved like a high level of proficiency at something. This is something I'd really recommend. Figuring out something that you want to get good at, right? It's really not rocket science. What you're going to need to do to start doing is really just valuing each day as it comes from, the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Each day is an opportunity to place a brick, theoretically, like in the wall of your life. You're gonna be building a big, beautiful work of architecture here, right? So, you pick that brick up, you examine it, and you say, like, all right, I'm going to place this here, and you set it down neatly and orderly, and it's going to be in symmetry with the other bricks, right? And you're expecting more bricks to come on top of that. So you want to do a good job, right? And I know I said life is like a river. Now I'm saying like it's like a brick in a wall, but like realize I'm just trying to make the analogy here. I'm trying to say that, like, you don't want to overcomplicate things, but this is why it's so important to believe tomorrow will come, because that is the cornerstone of living a good life. You want to be building your life calmly and orderly, just day by day, and then you sort of sink back and you rely on time to do the rest in a way. So I'll give like some specific examples to help make this make more sense, perhaps. So say you want to just get like really good at jiu-jitsu or piano or something like that, anything really, whatever it is for you. But in this example, I'm just going to roll with jiu-jitsu, right? You simply have to wake up and train on the daily. You go in, you train, you get wrecked at the beginning, you shower, you get some food, you get some sleep, do it again. It's the next day, work, train, go to jiu-jitsu, get wrecked, shower, eat, sleep. It goes on and on and on. But 5 years go by eventually, right? 5 years go by, and now you're that guy who's wrecking the white belts, right? Wrecking the blue belts. You might be like a purple belt by this time. It depends, depending on your skill, whether you're naturally talented or whatever. It's going to make things go a little faster, perhaps, if you train for like multiple hours a day as opposed to just one maybe. But the bottom line is this: you have to go with the flow of time to a degree. You have to show up, be consistent, do the maximum you can do each day, and then just simply allow the next day to come and do it again. Imagine if you said, like, I want to just become a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I want to do it in like a week. I'm going to train for a week straight, 24 hours times 7. I'm going to just not sleep or eat because I need my black belt now. Like, it literally won't work. You literally will die. You'll get thrashed. You won't be able to recover. It won't work. So I'm being silly, but I'm trying to get this point across. The best thing you can do as a college graduate or a 20-year-old or even like a 30-year-old, 40-year-old, at any age, really, it's all the same advice. It's just to start living each day fully and start valuing it. Each day will offer you things to do and things to learn, and you just have to show up and live it. And where many people go wrong is they just don't do anything, right? Day after day, they do nothing. And that's how you just never grow. That's why there's like people out there that are in their 20s and they seem more mature and they got more stuff going on. They're more learned than people who are older than them. Because honestly, they might be younger, but they've been showing up and they've almost lived more life. If you just wake up and you work, go home, smoke, and game, and just do nothing, guess what? Like I said, those 5 years, those 10 years, they go by. And in 10 years, you'll be the guy you'll be really good at smoking and gaming. And in that same 10 years, if you had like shown up to life each day and you manage your time well, you could have literally done so much. You could have like learned a new language, learned how to build a house, learn how to play guitar, you could have gotten in shape, become a jiu-jitsu black belt, right? Started a business, made a good amount of money. And it's not just like one of those things. Like you literally can do all of those things in 10 years. 10 years is 365 days times 10. It's a compounding effect. You just need to make sure that each day adds something to your life. And once again, the worst thing you can do is find yourself in this place where every day is unproductive and you're not building towards something. I had this like sort of epiphany recently when I was doing this like construction work, and this isn't something that I'm like really acquainted with, but you know, I was asked to do some caulking around the house, right? It's very simple, right? But I'd never caulked before. So I was like having to ask someone just how to do this basic thing, but I needed to ask somebody how to do it. And it was like simple. It was like, yeah, you cut the tip off the caulk thing here, and then you put the gun this way and you squeeze here, and that's how you get the caulk to come out. I keep saying caulk. I think this video is going to get flagged, right? But and then you put it there, and then you just kind of smooth it over, and boom, that's how you do it. In 5 minutes, I learned something. Just from showing up, just from being like, you know what, I'm going to show up, hang out with this construction crew today and make some money today. Years of my life I spent not doing things, not doing anything. And then I show up one day and I go from not knowing how to do something to understanding it better. And just like imagine the compounding effect when you show up day after day. So that's basically my advice. Show up, engage with life, live a real life from the time you wake up until the time you feel yourself getting exhausted enough to sleep. Then you do it again the next day. It's like no matter what the time is going to go by, and before you know it, you're going to have carved something amazing for yourself. It's like how they say, like, a lot of these things like the Grand Canyon, for example, it was created from water flowing through it, right? It wasn't just some insane one-time event, right? It was just time. Slowly but surely, the consistent weathering by that water passing through, right? So yeah, that's basically it. For more, sort of like pragmatic advice, like you say you're a recent grad, you're not going to have that social element of school anymore. So I really do recommend something like an MMA school or jiu-jitsu. I recommend this to everyone, but in this case, you're going to want to find something that will keep you in a social element around like interesting people who have that drive to improve, because you're not going to have just like that natural school thing anymore where you're just surrounded by people. And if that's not what you want, it's whatever it looks like for you, maybe, but maybe it's like rock climbing or art classes, yoga or something like that. But you're going to want to find something that is going to be like productive, that keeps you in that social element around people. And yeah, that's going to be my advice. I'd say use that degree, find a good job, work, stack up some money when you're not working, something productive, man. Something that is going to be building you towards something, and just take care of yourself. Go out and socialize with the friends you make. That's one more thing I'll touch on. I'll touch on this briefly too. I do believe socializing is a good use of your time, to be honest, as long as it's not something that's getting out of hand. Like if a few times a week you and your friends, you want to go out, you want to do something, you should do it, right? But like be social, it's healthy. But like if you find that, you know, your group of people you're with, they just want to get drunk and black out and like belligerent and vandalize things and go crazy and, you know, just be generally not nice, like, and just have a negative energy, like, yeah, I would say don't do that. But you know, if you got some good people in your life, hang out with them. It's fun. You're gonna feel refreshed. And if you're spending your time well, if you're managing your time well, it's not going to take away from your ability to do other things. It might even enhance it to a degree. Like plenty of people, they spend hours and hours and days and years just doing absolutely nothing. So I think you can fit in to a well-managed life. I think you can fit work, an extracurricular activity, and a social life. And, you know, you'll just have to sort of fine-tune the way that you manage your time. Value your time. That's really going to be the message here. So that's it, guys. I hope this helps. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe and leave a comment and let me know what you think. It would be amazing to hear from you guys. And if you could please follow me on x.com, formerly known as Twitter, that would also be a big help trying to grow the community over there. I also have another channel you can check out called Everything Else with Koji Ayuni, where I just kind of talk about whatever, not necessarily self-improvement, just like more current events, current games and stuff coming out. I don't know. It's a little bit of an experimental channel. We'll see how it goes. This is definitely my main focus, but that is also an option for you if you guys really enjoy listening to me talk that much. So thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you guys later. Adios. Bye-bye.